We're going to talk about some awesome stuff today. Lots of new news coming out, huh? Woo! Oh, we know. Oh, Gilgamesh, I miss you too. Sweet, sweet Gilgamesh. Sweet Gilgamesh. Big shout out to my brother for finding that HRC email from Hillary that they were looking for Gilgamesh's resurrection chamber over there in the Middle East, Iraq. I won't. And where the Nephilim bodies are buried. I wonder what's going on. I'll give it to you right now. Ooh, sage. Sage is good. Sage your life. Sage all these baby frequencies off your body. All of these lower life form, lower dimensional concepts of reality. All right. Happy 10-10 gateway for all of us that made it through, huh? That was interesting last night, huh? Woo! I was like 10-10 octagon of open the door, please. We had lots of fun, lots to talk about. Me and Yoda holding it down in Sedona. Holding it down. How you guys doing out there across planet Earth? I hope you guys are having fun today. It's beautiful here in Sedona. Oh my goodness. Apparently all of California knows that it's beautiful in Sedona too. For all my fellow Sedonian residents, what is going on? Looks like Santa Monica outside, for God's sakes. What else? Lots of awesome things to talk about. So, remember when I told you guys like 4 or 5 videos ago? I was like, yo, you guys in the Antarctica, will you stop trying to splice Nephilim DNA? It's never going to work. You're never going to be able to control the genome. You don't understand what it is. You have different interpretations of story based upon those species that are still interacting with you to actually show a motivation of reincarnation that you don't have the full story of. There are many lessons and timelines on this planet, and there's many reasons why things happen. Why is that so important? Because you're mixing the old with the new, and the new is supposed to be more heart-based, emotional, constructive, feeling things out, right? In our little holographic matrix. But why? What if I told you the only way, or the easiest way, to incarnate and to learn basic lessons that are necessary in your neural processing of why you want to be cool, of why you want to be happy, and how you're supposed to lead and share abundance and prosperity with others, is to not have a bias over them. To not have a bias, how do you create that? Well, you create a species, human, that hue, right, of the manifestation of light, which we reside in these suits, right? That hue of awesomeness. I want you guys to understand that we are light beings interacting in the lower dimensions, learning things and fixing things, and many of us have many responsibilities off-world when we leave here. Okay? I can tell you inside of my tum-tum, I've changed. The ego pretty much died. I don't know, I don't resonate with it. As far as what I want to do and why I want to do it, and I want to share this with you guys when I'm processing or meditating in my pyramid, like what I think about, right? Even though it's the I, right? But what we think about, right? Right here. Doing cool things, making cool things, building cool things that other people get to experience, almost like Christmas came early and no one knows about it, and they just get to enter a place where their kids are just like, Mommy and Daddy, where are we? What is this place? I want to create something with you guys that's so rad. We undo the false timelines since 1636? Timeline loop? What was it? 16? Draw it out. 1686. So there's some sort of time loop paradox from 1686, number one. Number two, the Tartarian function. was removing the elder powers of the giants when they were in charge of stuff. And so the reptilian agenda could roll out, and they erase that part of our history for some guys that were hiding in the ground that couldn't come up on the surface because they get their asses whooped by a bunch of big ass giants. Okay, so now these guys, these different species, it's their shot at the title, let's just say. I got no beef or bias with any species. Nah. What I'm trying to say is many things were gained and taken away from many different species over many different times. I'm not here to be a part of all that jazz. I'm here to say, would you like to go surfing? Do you want a smoothie? Are you going to calm down? Can I bring you to the great ball, right? The great galactic ball in Ascension that's popping off. And can you bring your date, your partner, and can you come to the dance party without getting in fist fights with the rest of the species that are also going to be there? There's a higher order of cadence of why we do things. Some of us that are connected to the ancient builder race, we've been sitting back and staring for a very long time. The fact that I know, where some of my old temples are that I'm a part of, on these old asteroid belts, and why the crystals and why the pyramids are made a certain way and what frequencies they flux to and how the doors worked and why we shut them off and why grandpa or grandma or the original creators of our species and our progenitors, why they, the old, let's be completely honest, people. We have yet come to a level of evolution where we can fix grandma and grandpa's freeways, the old doorways and gateways and tunnels that connected all the planets. Those have all been blown up through different wars and conflicts. And to this date, there's no one out there in any species I know of, except for the ancient builder race, that can repair those freeways. All they're doing is building spaceships and going around it. We had intergalactic travel and things a long time ago. All these guys playing with all their toys, going around old ruins, never took the time to understand how much energy and effort it took to actually build that freeway. They just want to play in someone else's garden, and that's totally cool. What I'm trying to express for us humans down here, we're here to learn how to love one another. We're here to learn, no matter what species you really are, hiding behind this hue of a man suit or woman suit, right? What type of being do you want to be in your heart? What type of being do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to bring to your brothers and sisters in uplifting a planet? What do you want to create for your brothers and sisters that bring them joy and happiness and lift their spirits up? These are the only things recorded in heaven. All the other things are just guys still trying to figure out what and who and how and what can I do to try to be like the angelic function of reality, of which beings can travel at the speed of thought without a spaceship. You have to understand the lower dimensions. We just copy and paste things that we see upstairs, just like little children looking up. There are high archangels that can travel the galaxy this fat. Boom, gate, Andromeda. Boom, boom, Alpha Centauri, and I'm flexing my wings on you, and then I pop and lock, and I gate, back here. That speed of thought, that gravity A line, right? Gravity A, right? Gravity B is what we experience here on Earth, but a gravity A phone line or a gravity A wavelength is instantaneous. So, for all of us fellow angelics out there rocking that gravity A function of reality, I'm here to remind you I love you, number one. Number two, we got a job to do, okay? Our job is to raise up as many human beings above and below the surface and all the species of this planet that have been hiding for quite some time, and figure out how we can work together and get this thing, popping off properly. All these little political kindergarten, high school games going on in the population is only there based upon the resonance or the consciousness of the beings existing in those realities and the amount of brainwashing or 440 hertz has been broadcast through a chemical computer since they were born, vaccinated, poisoned, chemtrailed, fluorided, right? Look at the origins of fluoride and where it came from, okay? You're going to find World War II Nazi internment camps. The fact that they're still putting fluoride in toothpaste and people are still swallowing it is, I can't understand it. You have to understand why it was invented in the first place, okay? The aluminum is then easily absorbed into your body if you got fluoride in your system. Passes your brain barrier wall, okay? I do not know why these COVID tests have long Q-tips that actually touch your brain barrier wall. But I can tell you is that I wouldn't trust any of them or anyone on earth to stick a piece of cotton and touch my brain barrier wall. Are you high? Get off my tab. I love you. Do it. You guys, there's a better way in testing. There's a lot of stuff popping off in other countries. The WHO just said that we're going to reverse the lockdowns because what? Us, as the true light beings of Earth, their program's not working on us. We are revolting. They're popping off in Berlin. The WHO is like, oh, we got to go against mandatory lockdowns now. Yeah, it's not working, dude. The head of that thing should just wear his party dress, and just moonwalk into a shallow, deep closet and shut the door for no one else to see again. A lot of us are waking up from this dream. I want to be honest with you. There's other things that of us who are awake, they need to focus. When the time is right, we strike. What do I mean by that? We reinvent what a human being is and what brotherhood and sisterhood is on this planet. Get ready. Get ready. Okay? Everyone's going to look left and look right, and they're going to go, wow, this is really happening. I can't believe it. We need to be the ones that have been like, we've been waiting for this for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and we're ready to go. Your homework is stamped. You got all your projects ready to go. You've got your prototypes tested. You know exactly what you're talking about. You know exactly where to get the materials for each build site. You know why you want the build sites there. You've done your research on where the ley lines cross. You've done certain things behind the scenes that none of your friends even know about. This secret side of you that is constantly studying every single day. The real us. The real 5D version of you that never turned off is inside of that suit right now staring at me. I speak to him or her right now. Let's start to crush in a very singular way, right? Controlling our dreams, controlling our minds is level 1. Controlling what we put in our bodies, obviously. You could also call that level 1. We'll call it level 2. Can't put a frequency in your body that's the lower than the resonance of your DNA, which is expressing itself as it uncoils from this dormant DNA stasis to a more energetic, multidimensional, multiple channels of realities broadcasting and pipelining through as neo and cerebral cortex. As you begin to breach worlds with your consciousness, there's nothing in 3D that can compete with you. Nothing. You realize that you're a very old, ancient, awesome being here on a mission, and you're hanging out with a bunch of teenagers running in circles buying Gucci bags. We have nothing in common with that level of consciousness. We were sent here to flip a planet. Your heart is your way home. You are all very, very loved beings, but never to give up on who you really are. Never let this system break you. Never go into a place of depression, fear, or anxiety. You are stronger than this system. You are stronger than these archons. You are stronger than this Echo program. They don't even have enough beings to run the artificial AI program of control. They are running out of resources. I can tell you first and foremost, they have run out of resources. When the quantum financial system pops off and all the fiat money is gone, they will run out of paychecks for all of these guys. And what happens when you can't enforce or pay beings that are on the night side to enforce your laws? They will find other jobs. They will no longer enforce your laws. Bills, amendments, whatever these things are, these guys are trying to pass, especially this 25th Amendment bullshit, so they can get Biden in there. Let's be completely honest. Absolute garbage. I mean, many of us see these moves happening like I'm watching 12-year-olds playing in a park on a merry-go-round. The conscious level of what we truly are is we are those that bring change to worlds. We are world changers. We change solar systems. They did not wake us up for some baby Gerber baby food 3D ascension. We are here to reformat this entire planet and bring it into a place of balance. For every single species here staring at me now. We are not here to play small. They would have never have woken us up if we were here to have a normal 3D incarnation. Snap out of it. Many of us come from these elder realms, in the halls of Amenti, and we got up out of our thrones and we're here in suits going, yo, what's up? Pop and lock, baby. Let's get this going. Okay? You guys are awesome, powerful beings. Listen to those awesome, powerful versions of yourself. Okay? Practice your star language. Practice your light language. Start writing down your light codes. Start remembering old Sumerian texts. Why we used to write in binary. Everything is mathematical. Everything in the universe rotates. Okay, we're in an electromagnetic field right now. Okay, remember who we really are. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. It's pop and lock, bros. Let's talk about dream time. So a lot of us are in 4D in Ascension School. I see you guys. We're on campus. We were all hanging out in the steam room in sauna, just like talking about how much we've grown, right? And it's funny because what I notice is they're actually, a lot of us just want to relax right now. And they're actually like, not forcing us, but they'll like make something weird happen in the dream where you have to go outside. And then all of a sudden they go, like I was almost like getting in a fist fight with this one guy. And then I come outside out of the barracks. And he goes, no, I was just saying that to get you outside. Can you handle this? We got a situation. And I'm like, this whole thing was a setup just so I could come out of the steam room and help you guys out over here. A lot of you guys are being called to work double duty right now. Welcome to the club. I love you. We have to finish strong. That's who we are. We have to close all the doors and in the dimensions of lower frequency and consciousness, which our brothers and sisters no longer wish to travel upon. Many of you guys are helping your family members, people from high school, ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, partners. You're getting a snapshot of them in dream time, and you're having a choice. Do you want to help them? Yes or no? Or at least you're getting a view or a camera lens into their reality. When you guys are walking through multiple realities, understand that many of them look like movie sets. When you guys are walking through different movie sets or different belief systems that are happening in a simultaneous parallel reality of a multiverse, when you're traveling in between multiverse reality levels, to understand that, hold the inner strength of your heart and what you're there to do. You're not confused. There's a reason why you're there to help. You're there to observe and help and see where other people are being trapped. Some people are trapped in the 1600s. Some people are trapped in the 1700s, 1800s, 1900s, 2020, World War I, okay? World War II. Korean War. Our grandparents, World War II, Korean War. Some are trapped in Vietnam. You're going to be jacking into people's past timelines and pulling them out. So have some fun with that. No one said you can't bring a phaser to a machine gun fight. That's all I said. Can I have my old armor back, though? It'd be too much. What else? The Nephilim thing. Okay, check it. And the gray thing. Let's talk about these medium-sized grays. Okay, I feel bad that no one's kind of just said this out loud. Okay. If you got a species that was created by some Anunnaki dudes, I'll make it real simple, that were meant as a hybridization function, and some of the guys from Zeta Reticuli, to come into a planet, but their forebears, for whatever reason, didn't give them the proper function or spiritual nature to self-replicate and bring life in. What you're talking about is species that's been outside of the reincarnation wheel and has not had the same depth of life experiences me and you in this suit has. Okay? Lifespan 750 years, then apparently they just exit. Like that's the end of the world for them. The reason why some of them have jumped back in time through these timelines to figure this stuff out, hey, cool. These are the medium-sized managers, mind you. The little grays are just half robotic, half little, workers. They got other beings that work underneath them, right? But the tall whites who do have families and do replicate and, are cool, like they're overseers of these guys. This is what I kind of want you guys to know. Being a piece of these older species in this little 6'1" 200-pound suit, when I used to be 20 feet tall. I used to walk up a mountain in my sandals. We used to build huge structures. For that version that's inside of this little suit talking to you, let me explain something to you why the spirit, right, and why it's so difficult to work with spirit. It's because you got to feel what you create, and you got to feel the emotion of it. That's how God or the original creator of your soul wanted you to exist, in spirit. Stop making artificial things and wondering why they don't work. There are species that are billions of years old staring at you, and you're like, oh, for the first time, we've got an AI system and we can clone. They're laughing at you from 3 billion years ago. Knock it off. We have spirits to evolve, and here's why. If you give a species all the toys of the universe, and they do not have the emotional maturity to wield that technology, it's a 99.99999% probability that there will be some turds in that generation the greed comes in, the weirdness comes in, the separation comes in, they feel they're superior to, and the whole clock starts all over again. Knock it off. If you want to incarnate, incarnate. Stop trying to keep all your toys and your safety and your knowledge and not get wiped like the rest of us. You're being childish. They don't want to go through the same trials or tribulations you do, which is waking up remembering nothing and then having to remember it as you grow older in this suit, dealing on the surface of this world. That's too difficult for them. Understand how strong you are. Oh, you don't want to go to public high school? You don't want to go to kindergarten? You don't want to get vaccinated? You just want to come in with your spaceship and learn shit? Hey, none of us got that run. Dingleberry, incarnate. Go through some things. Learn. You know, you got things that don't want to give up anything, but they want to take everything. Stop. Hey, we got to learn things. We got to feel things. We got to shake in the middle of the night to know who we are. I can't be a little nerd that was cloned sitting in a ship, right, with an artificial chip in my head and get it. You're not going to get it. Stop being weak and incarnate. Jeez Louise. Okay? Same thing with the Nephilim. What's the deal with the Nephilim? They were here. They had their run. They ascended. They figured out what they were doing. We have higher selves and aspects of us in us right now. If they moved up and shifted into a different dimension or a higher dimension or whatever this galactic treaty was that we signed to allow some of these guys that were hiding under the ground the whole time to get a shot at the title, okay? These are 4D reptilian guys. Let me tell you something. We gave them a shot. They created some cool stuff. Fantastic, okay? But I can tell you one thing, when I was reading about the Spanish, Inquisition, now the Spaniards came over here, and how many Native American old school Lemurians were killed in the process, and 150, 200 million people were wiped off the face of the earth. 200 million Native Americans back in the 1600s, 14, 15, 1600s with smallpox and all this BS. All I thought in my head was, oh, so the war stopped in Atlantis. We dropped the floor in consciousness. Now we got the old Atlanteans attacking the Lemurians once more. Oh, great. Welcome to the time loop once again. Why are we in this loop? We're here to break the loop. Break the loop. Treat each other with respect. That's it. You know, it's so difficult. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a loop. The Atlantean Lemurian loop, and they're like, oh, we didn't learn all of our lessons. And then the next loop pops off. Oh, Tartaria goes down. All right, next loop. We're in this 200, 300-year loop doing donuts. I'm sitting here going, hey. Stop fighting with each other. We live in paradise. I'm just kind of like, yo, stop. What else? I just thought I needed to say that for my tum-tum. Look, there's been good and bad things that have always taken place. I'm trying to express to you guys is there's something inside of you. There's different aspects inside of yourself. This polarity game does not have to be a polarity game. Duality does not have to exist. We need to be and come back into oneness. Oneness. And every single time I see these guys, they have a chip on their shoulder. The same chip on their shoulders. Whenever you give a different species the shot to run the surface on a planet, any planet, if they were picked on by an elder species for 15,000 years who taught them to be a certain way, Anunnaki, and then you give these guys a shot at the title to run the surface, they're going to copy and paste how they were treated by their species too, and now they're doing it to us. My question is, are we going to continue this pattern? Are we going to break through it? I feel like I'm taking a sword through just 15 layers of loop and just pausing the brakes on all of it. Because once you get off the carnival ride, you step into your center, you step into your true heart, you're the inner standing, the real you that's outside of space-time. You just take a breath and go, well, this is entertaining. Is this what we do for entertainment now when you're an immortal, eternal being? We just come to places and interact because we're immortal, eternal light beings in this hue of manifestation. Is that how we learn stuff? I'm trying to remind you guys, some of us come from different galaxies. We've got different aspects inside of us, and we carry ourselves differently. So when we wake up in this place, it's so different from the structure we're used to. We don't know what to do with it. I think some of the strongest indigos that get hooked on drugs and crystals, some of those guys may have had many, many incarnations in a very structured Space Force type of environment where we were never even allowed to think about weird things like that. So all of a sudden you get dropped off on a planet, like we're in Palm Springs somewhere, and there's like little drug dudes like, hey, you want to try this? Hey, you want to forget more? Hey, let's take this coma to the next level. Have you ever tried opiates? And you're like, oh yeah, I haven't had a drug in 20,000 years. I don't even know what these are. You're just taking all this stuff, experiencing stuff, not even knowing what you're doing. You used to be in a space fleet with like real responsibilities. You're down here just like party like a rock star. Party like a rock star. You don't even know. Maybe some of you guys haven't done a drug in fucking 5 incarnations. You're down here just like, I don't know, I've always wondered what it was like to be unconscious in the physical. Hey, you had a little drink in the unconscious, right? Knock it off. Come back. Don't run into the weird land of, just there's a look at some of the stuff going on over there in the leadership in California. Don't be a part of it. Yoda, hey, we need to be regimented. Some of us are galactic beings. Our parents didn't know when we were born here. Okay, listen, with our generation, they invented ADD, HD. Didn't exist in the beginning, right? What if I told you we're little star seeds that have 3 times the neocortex capacity and energy flowing through our systems, and you think we're gonna sit there in a classroom and listen to a teacher writing BS on a chalkboard that our higher selves are going, that's all bullshit, that's a lie, and you wonder why we can't sit still? Are you high? Kids like us need to be run. We need to wake up. If we were in a galactic command, wake up 6 in the morning, we get used to a 6-mile jog. Then we come home, then we eat, and then we get ready for our studies, and then we go play sports. We have 3 times the output of a normal species where the DNA, it could be your grandparents didn't have the DNA we do. We're the evolved version. Then your parents. Then us. Hey, your kids are lit. Absolutely lit. They never told us down here that you guys are holding 3 or 4 more times more energy going through your neurological system than past generations, based upon the energy coming from the earth, based upon the great alignments, based upon who your highest selves are, based upon your probability. There's math and quantum mechanics and biological functions happening inside of us right now that there is nothing being spoken about in mass media. 0. Next thing I want to tell you about this reel. Do you know what the largest cult is on earth? The largest, most controlling cult on earth is mass media. To a degree where you're literally being hypnotized at 440 hertz. So for all you guys thinking about all these weird stories, let me tell you the biggest story in the kitchen. The greatest mass media function or cult out there is the mass media trying to force you to believe something that isn't true. So again, you want to know what that is? Hey, shake it off, water off a duck's back. Get off my tab. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No one wants to say that out loud. Okay? There's news stations that aren't even allowed to play news in other countries. Okay? I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Disney Channel has been banned in the UK. Do you know that? Banned. And you know what? I love Baby Yoda. I do. But some of that weird stuff that's been going on behind the scenes, baby. Oh, Walt, what have you been up to, Walt? Okay. I don't want to get into the financial stuff. I know too much. I dove really deeply into these families and where they are. Not going into it. I love you guys. But let you know, yes, I am researching where you are right now. Might want to have a holler at your boy for a second. Let's get this thing back on track, shall we? All right, so what else? Different belief systems cause different outcomes. I'm not trying to get caught up in these baby beliefs. And listen, has there been different species that have been on this planet that you go into a secret room when you're supposed to be the most wealthiest person or family on the planet? They take you downstairs, you go on an elevator, it goes down 6 miles, you get off the elevator, you're in a different world. And you got some guys that roll up and you can go, hey, little human Earth guy, let me tell you how we do things on this planet. And then once you have a meeting like that and you're scared to your bones, because everything you thought was real is not, then you kind of turn into this, like, I don't want to go against them because they've been here longer. You need beings that come from the stars to remind you the reason why they've been trapped down here this long is because they've never learned their lesson. They're still doing the same BS they've been doing for 5, 10, 15, 20,000 years. And ancient builder race type beings are saying, keep them locked down there until they figure it out. We are like comets of light slamming into this reality going, hey, shake it off. Who told you that great dragon in the mountain that's 3,000 years old? You know, things have changed on the surface since the last time you've been up here, Grandpa. And vice versa, whatever species it is. Because listen, if their protocol has not been updated for whatever belief system they believe in, to a cosmic level of understanding, let me explain something to you. The new information is hitting us and skipping them. Those fourth dimensional versions aren't getting all the biological updates you are, right? They're missing it. So what do? You guys can be channeling. Your highest light's dropping knowledge on you. I'm in the backyard. I'm asking all these questions. I know for a fact a gray's normal lifespan is 700 to 900 years. I know they were created. I know they were dropped off here. I know they've got lower underlings. I know there's tall whites. I know there's different organizations and networks and different contracts and agreements that have been signed on behalf of human beings in the military that was in charge at that time. I got it done. Wrap. Next. Okay? There's many different agreements in the intergalactic trades that are going on within this solar system. There's many different planets in this solar system and brown dwarfs in this solar system that in our solar system that you can't see with your biological eyeball based on the limited level of light, visible light you can see. Facts. Okay, I got it. What else you got? What else you got in the shock and awe campaign? You got off-world vehicles in the basement. Great. You got ETs working with us in Dulce. Great. What else you got? You got weird Draco bases up in the hills in the mountains of Ruppolding, Germany. Great. What else you got? Are you guys learning your lessons? Are you playing with toys? Are you gonna graduate? Are you gonna stop beefing? Are you gonna take responsibility for your actions? Or are we gonna have to leave you down here for one more epoch? What are you doing? Do you have grandkids that think differently than you do? That wanna rejoin, humanity? That wanna create paradise on Earth? Or you wanna stay down here in the dungeons of Argartha forever? You got green screen, you got blue skin. Look up they found 2 kids, I think their skin were green. That was like early 1900s from Inner Earth. Facts. What I'm trying to say is this. If the surface gets their stuff together, we get organized, we come together, we start warring on the surface, maybe they would be more inclined to share who we really are and where we really come from, and it wouldn't have to come from some government official reading a paragraph, right? Obviously, Hillary knew this. Why would they go try to dig up Gilgamesh's old resurrection chamber in Iraq and get the Nephilim DNA? Riddle me that. Did someone figure out how to keep the lifespan of a biological alive longer than a normal lifespan? Is that what we're talking about with the black hats and the white hats? What was the real reason the black hats and the white hats separated ways? Benjamin Franklin? Was it because the white hats had that formula for everlasting life? Did they know how to make the old elixir? And maybe they didn't want some of the dark hats, the worst of the worst, to live forever. Because I would have split too. Why? Emotional maturity, integrity, responsibility. Treat others like you would like to be treated. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. With respect, love, and compassion. Drop the mic. That's it. Finite. Okay? Riddle me this. All right? The Nephilim stuff, I love it. I was one. Hey, it's cool. We're in a different time, space. We're learning different lessons down here. We got mixed with some different species and races to figure out, hey, can we actually get along? That's it. It's an experiment. You guys are doing great. We don't get enough credit for how awesome and strong you guys are, having to balance and process all this stuff that your higher selves haven't been able to pull off in quite some time. Riddle me that, Batman. Why do I have to process all of your homework and all of these interactions through my flesh suit while you get to sit in duality and opposite sides of the multiverse just doing you? While I gotta feel it all in my tum-tum and process it. Why? Because we're strong enough to do that. And what do they give us to do that? Access to cosmic levels of consciousness, our real moms and dads, cosmic brothers and sisters, real light beings that are here to assist us. They don't get that sort of assistance we do because we're doing it in the physical and the densest, hardest place to do it. So we get all the help. That's why. You guys are doing great. I don't care what these things are popping off. We're kicking ass. We're doing awesome. Love all the kids out there. I love you. I love you guys. I just want you to understand we are crushing right now. Crushing. World Health Organization just flipped their thing. That was like 2 days ago. We got guys in Australia, the head of the parliament, going after all these guys that block hydrochloroquine from helping the population from this pandemic, and they're causing people to die. Guess what? They should be brought up on charges at The Hague. Okay? If you block something that could save someone's life, you are directly responsible for it. Welcome to the land of cause and effect. Very good. Just chill for a second. What else? Are you feeling good? I feel it. I'm kind of like, we're almost there. I'm like dancing. I love you guys. It's what you guys hate. We're almost there. The gate's coming. I'm like, hey, I see the light. I'm like, ooh, I'm getting closer to it. I'm getting closer, baby. Hey, don't worry, okay? I'm the one who gets in troubles for blowing the door off the hinges, okay? I can't tell you this. I've gone into places and I blow a hole through the door and they're like, are you gonna fix that? I'm like, nah, leave it open. Stop closing the door behind me, okay? Some of us feel privileged in what skill sets we brought to this incarnation. I'm not in that. Yes, I have a skill set I brought here, but I'm also here to say, imagine there was like a super locked, like 6 locked door into the dimension of awesomeness, right? And I got light beings down here. If you're asking me, because I have a key, because I've done all this work to unlock the door for myself, go through and casually close these doors behind me so only I get in, I'm the first one to say, yeah, that's not going to work for me. And I'm going to go through the door like a fullback and blow a side of the mountain off and go, all my friends can come. Thanks so much. I'm not here to play small. Okay. You guys are doing great things out there in your own way. Do you understand? Understand this. Okay. Goodness gracious. All right. I love you. We are that light tribe. We are those angelics in the suits. We are these light beings. We are galactic citizens. We are waking up in these suits. These suits are awesome, amazing. Your body is amazing. There are many different things that your body can do that you have to relearn from past lives that you knew how to do. Okay? This is all part of growing up. You guys are doing great. All right. And calm down over there on the Facebook, YouTube. I love you. Now I'm switching gears. Hey, little turd, you must be new. Are you getting paid $12 an hour to hit a button? Must be nice. Let's go ahead and call that job skills. All right, for all you guys out there, you know what I mean? Hey, I got guys on Facebook. Here's the funny thing: they hit the I don't like it button, and then they disappear, like a ghost in the wind. Listen, there's a population of beings here that are super woke to a degree where they remember 5, 6, 7 lives worth of lives on this planet. They remember coming and living on different planets. They remember what the inside of a starship looks like. They remember how to work the hologram. They remember the frequencies, the tones, the harmonics of bending light around them. We are not sleeping. Okay? Let's be real. You guys out there are so woke, if they could just jump in your consciousness for a second, the weight of that responsibility would crush you into a little Twinkie. A little Twinkie. You got 12-foot dudes walking in your bedroom going, yo, bro, what up? I'm like, dude, I killed it last night. Can you have my Palladium come down and like just hit me on the side? I tweaked it, I think, when I was pulling too much weight. Sure, bro, let me get him for you. Hey, we got a situation. Help him. I'm sitting there, sitting up in a pyramid, having my full-blown Palladian do Reiki on my back. This is not some imagination situation. I am woke. So I'm trying to express this to you. The reason why you can't see the different realities is because your third eye's not on. You're listening to a guy explain something, and you think I'm talking about some fairy tale. Your third eye's been known about for thousands of years. Once you turn it on, you can see all of the visible lights that exist that your eyeballs cannot see. Gamma, ultraviolet, infrared, all of these different spectrums of realities, okay? So for all you guys out there wondering what it is, my throat chakra's on. I can always hear my higher selves, okay? My heart's on like a Care Bear stare, brah. You can knock someone on their butt at 300 feet. Comes off my chest like a damn fire hose cannon. Boom. Your heart is powerful, okay? Just want to be real. For all those guys, what is it? No, this isn't some sort of a fad. The entire population of Earth is waking up. I am one of those to assist my brothers and sisters in doing so. As my brothers and sisters watching me know this in their hearts. I'm the one you're thinking about. When I speak things, you process it, right? Because I say some things that are very resonate with some of you guys. But sometimes it'll go in your subconscious. 6 months later, it comes out. I felt I heard that before. Maybe you talked about that before. You guys, we're on the same team. I'm on your team. You guys are my star forwards and goalies and defenders. We're on the same team. We incarnated in this little hologram across this little planet. It's a little planet. This thing's like a marble. It's a little ass condo. Planet. You might be in Greece. You're like right there. You guys might be in LA. You're like right there. We're close. It seems like we're such a big, vast world. No, it's not. Look how many countries and our friends and family are watching us right now. Do this for all the new people that this might be so much their neocortex is cooking. Show this love and support of where you guys are punching in from, okay? Love and support. My family is all around the earth. We are all light beings. So let's get back into this situation. What are we here to do? Raise the vibration of planet Earth. Raise the vibration of all the beings of Earth. Above and below ground, the consciousness of Earth. And what's the third thing we want to do? Do it with the highest level of intent. That is all. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Whatever religion, dogma, whatever it is. Whatever thing you like. There's awesome deities in all religions. I love Krishna. I like Vishnu. I like Yeshua. I like El Moria. I like Lord Siddhartha. Fucking Buddha's the man. I love Brahma. Shiva. Oh my God. Muhammad's cool too. Oh, Muhammad. All these guys, man. I love all of the best of Earth. You can't put me in a box. I keep breaking out of it. You can't put me in a box. You don't have a cage big enough. This iconosphere can barely keep me in here. I got angelic beings going, shit, he's getting upset. Yoda's going, calm down and have a kombucha. I'm reaching through dimensional walls at things. They're going, please, please, please give them more time. You guys are these beings, bro. I'm just reminding you, hey, don't listen to BS. Get up, get productive, get happy. There's my religion. Get happy. Be happy. You are that divine light, okay? Be that. Whatever words you want to twist, what did he say, sir? He wants everyone to be light. I don't know how to twist that, sir. He wants everyone to love each other. How do we twist that? We gotta say it's some sort of a group that just wants to love each other. You can't fit me in this planet. How are you gonna fit me in your belief system? We came here to change this belief system, okay? That's what I'm saying. Love you. All right. Got a little pumped up. YouTube's like, you're yelling. Sorry about that. I love you. So, I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. That's how I feel. The shouting of a lion. Come on, man. Sometimes we need a little, some of us are raised this way. You're like, hey, some of us weren't like, we could have been kids that you had to kind of yell at and go, okay, I'll clean my room. Okay, YouTube, I'll clean my room. Sometimes you guys need a little, hey. The force of who you truly are in your heart, that fire speaks volumes of what your true being is. The stronger your suit becomes, the stronger your consciousness, the stronger and more clarity your stream is in your consciousness, it's like a blue fire, golden fire. It cooks through all things that are false. Remember, that's the true strength that each and one of you guys carries. Okay? Sorry. I know, here's the thing. I love very nice angelic beings too, because I listen to you. My inner child listens to you at night. I forget her name. But my inner child also doesn't like shouting, so I apologize, YouTube. They're like, you're shouting. I like soft things. I like when my inner child's in my suit after I killed it all day, went to the gym, and I'm relaxing, and I put on some meditation. My inner child likes calm, soothing. Everything's going to be okay. You guys are right on time. This 1010 portal was to show you more things you have access to. I like the soft things. But I am also here to be the opposite side of that, to remind you that the things that are trying to dissuade you into a lower polarity or belief system, they also talk very nicely too. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Oh yes, definitely. Take this vaccine. It's gonna be beautiful for you. Oh, you know what? Your kid should definitely get that shot. Don't be one of those either, okay? Don't let that, Obama was a great speaker. He was. And he probably, he was a great speaker. No one can argue with that. God, the guy was a great speaker. I mean, he's just, let me tell you about the, but it's almost like the devil, right? And that tongue, it's like, he will convince you of something. You gotta be careful. By the way, in the reality of what we're doing, I don't want to give anything too much power. I want you guys to believe in yourself and all these belief systems of all these good guys, bad guys, good things, bad things. I want you guys to understand that if we all are one, there are things inside of our consciousness that need to come into balance. We have pain, suffering, past timelines, past lives that we need to fix. We need to understand, process, and not replicate. As we get off this time loop that we've all been on together, okay, since Atlantis and Lemuria, I just want you guys to know that we are learning these lessons, and many of you guys are going to graduate. I'm just being real. Many of you guys are graduating. Many of you guys have already graduated. Your 5D just doesn't want to tell you that yet because they still want you to work and do your best, but you individually already have made it. So we have another alternating timeline coming up, right, on December 21st this year. There's another huge timeline jump. Please stay out of fear. If you can't help it, turn the TV off. Maybe get out of a crazy situation. There is another huge thing coming. And yes, the plasma med beds are being released, which is awesome. The plasma med beds, that's something. Thank you, YouTube, for reminding me. The plasma med beds are coming out. And what did they say? They say they're capable of a 20 to 30 year age regression. They use a function of plasma and what's the other waveform? Tachyon energy. Once they do a proper scan of a human body, they see which frequency the body is emanating, and the med beds are supposed to adjust your body on a frequency light level, which then affects the biology. So if you can reset the resonance of a suit back to when it was 19, 20 years old, and like there's many insiders that talk about that are in the 20 and 20 programs on Gaia and whatnot, that they use those med beds or the age regression stuff to age regress a human being. That technology is out there, but we're waiting for a version of that to be released to obviously the civilian level. I'm not sure what it's going to cost. I'm not sure what the deal is with it, but I do think that people be far less scared of some of these artificial things that take our focus if they knew that they could just go to a med bed for 20 minutes and be done. I really do hope this technology is released to the public, and it will be. Just it being in our consciousness is already starting that process. All right. With that, just want to know I love you. Whew. I'll just talk for a little bit. Yodi! What does Yodi have to say? Divinity comes when you find peace. Peace is something many have journeyed to find. within themselves. Peace is something that does not have to. Peace is the deal or the arrangement or the agreement or the oneness that you find within spirit and the original creator of your soul, of where you come from and what we are made of. That peace only comes from that balance. Peace is something that can resonate through the entire universe. Peace is something that is necessary right now because we have not felt peace in a very long time. Imagine having peace for 2, 3, 4, 5,000 years and what we could do together. If we stopped paying all this money for wars and separation and controlling the population and artificial Babylonian money magic, and if we actually came together with one focus as a unit, as all of the citizens of Earth, that is how we become truly and remember ourselves for truly what we are. There was a time on this earth where many of us were here, and we weren't the laughing stock of the solar system. We were an equal participant of it. There was a time when we were here where we were an equal asset to every other system and planet in our solar system. This experiment, or what has been taking place, is being undone. The lessons have been learned, the experience has been gained, and many of you and I have chosen to incarnate during this special time to be a part of this great transition, to learn these lessons in a very low form, let's just say in 3D, all the way up our channels, all the way up our cables, all the way up into the higher dimensions of our higher mind, so that we can always remember in our most base element the function of humility, compassion, helping others, and the strength of unity. I am Rion, and it's an absolute pleasure being with you guys here today. I love you. So that's what Yoda would like to say. Yodi! All right, so I hope that helps you guys. We're doing great. You guys are awesome. I love you. I love you, Facebook. I love all the new people. Check out store.teamlight.com if you guys need a session. I made all new light tools for you guys. The stuff's lit. People love the stuff. New alchemy, new electromagnetic functions, and I'm working on new prototypes right now for about 3 to 5 times the electromagnetic expansion of the field, and it can be powered or not powered. I will explain that later when I have prototypes in my hand. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you guys here today. I just want you to know that from my heart, we are growing stronger every day. And from my heart, I'm very proud of all of those that stood against the greed and separation and the powers that were trying to divide us. You guys are all independent, sovereign, beautiful beings of light, and you deserve only the best. I am Rion. It's been an absolute pleasure being with you guys here today. Alrighty. Bye, guys. Woo! YouTube, may the force be with you always. Highlight reel. Highlight reel. Go for your highlight reel. All right, love you guys. Peace.